Ready for Kid News? So are we. But first, a word from today's awesome sponsor.
Is your business or organization, like KidNuz, all about kids? Now there's a new perfect domain to match your perfect audience. Enter .kids, not .com or .org, but .kids. It's a dedicated online space of higher trust and protection for the next generation. The .kids domain lets everyone know that you care enough to choose a safer, more trustworthy, and positive online experience. Think debateclub.kids or teentennis.kids. Even Starglow is in on the action with podcast.kids. See your ideas come to life on a .kids domain. Visit hello.kids/kidnews today for specially priced .kids domains. That's hello.kids/kidnews.
Good morning and welcome to Kid News. I'm Kim. Today is Wednesday, January 24th, 2024. And we begin with former President Donald Trump following his win in Iowa with a big victory in New Hampshire. According to the New York Times, never before has a Republican candidate won the first two contests of election season and not won their party's nomination. So the question now is whether his biggest GOP challenger, former Ambassador Nikki Haley, will stay in the race. So far, she says yes, that she's just getting started. And if that's the case, the next stop on the primary calendar will be personal for her. It's her home state of South Carolina. On the Democratic side, yesterday's primary was strictly symbolic. The National Party disagreed with New Hampshire clinging to its first-in-the-nation status, which was why President Biden's name wasn't on the ballot. Even so, he won with write-in votes. Don't kick a kicker when he's down. Football fans are now rallying around Buffalo's Tyler Bass after he missed a late fourth-quarter field goal that could have tied Sunday's game against the Chiefs. The reaction by some has been unkind, prompting Tyler to deactivate his social accounts. But the nonprofit cat shelter 10 Lives Club, for which the kicker was an ambassador, posted a message of its own. "We stand with Tyler Bass. Don't bully our friend. He's an excellent football player and an even better person." Now their phones are ringing off the hook from people who want to donate $22 in number 22's name. As of yesterday afternoon, the organization had received more than $90,000 from all over the world to show support for the shelter's kicker and its cats. Sweden is one big step closer to becoming a NATO nation. Last night, Turkey's parliament gave the Nordic nation the green light, which now leaves only Hungary in the way of Sweden joining the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. A Swedish spokesperson is optimistic, saying we do expect white smoke from Budapest as well. Sweden and Finland applied for membership in 2022 to shore up their borders and their friends list shortly after President Putin invaded Ukraine. Finland was voted in last year, making it the alliance's 31st member. The vote to admit another must be unanimous. Almost as newsworthy as who got nominated for Oscars this year was the list of those who didn't. Neither Margot Robbie, who starred in the summer blockbuster Barbie, nor her director, Greta Gerwig, was recognized during yesterday's big reveal. Also snubbed Leonardo DiCaprio for Killers of the Flower Moon. His co-star, Lily Gladstone, did get a nod, however, making her the first Native American ever nominated for Best Actress. Overall, Oppenheimer continued to steamroll the competition with 13. This year's ceremony will be hosted for the fourth time by Jimmy Kimmel. It'll be held on March 10th in Los Angeles. Apparently, those who regulate U.S. highways do not find funny message boards all that humorous. In fact, the Federal Highway Administration is now encouraging states to chuck the Chuckle, which means New Jersey might have to table its Hocus Pocus Drive with Focus message. Massachusetts, it's Use Ya Blinka. Ohio's visiting in-laws, slow down, get there late. And Arizona's hands on the wheel, not your meal. The agency's new 1,100-page guidelines say signs should be simple, direct, brief, legible, and clear, and shouldn't use any ha-has or pop culture references. Not all states are on board with the new recommendations, and so far, at least, that's all they are, recommendations. After a 30-hour journey on a flatbed truck playing peekaboo out of the top of a too-small crate, Benito the giraffe has arrived at his new home away from home. Animal rights activists stuck their neck out for the 4-year-old because his old zoo near the Mexico-U.S. border was too cold in the winter, too hot in the summer, and too lonely pretty much all of the time. Benito is now at a safari park in central Mexico, where he'll soon roam with 7 other giraffes inside a shady 7.5-acre enclosure that more closely mirrors his natural habitat. The director of the park says the introduction to his new friends will take a few days because Benito's been alone a long time and caregivers want to make sure all the giraffes put their friendliest feet forward at the meet and greet. Still to come, how your love of cookies might end up launching you into space. But first, a big birthday shout out to Lachlan Feige of San Francisco, California. Lachlan, your mom, dad, and Sabine love you, your curiosity, and your kindness. Keep up the great work at school and have the best birthday ever. Now, today's KidNuz quiz. The next presidential primary will be held in which state? South Carolina. What big Hollywood award nominations were announced yesterday? The Oscars. Buffalo Bills fans are showing support for which player? Kicker Tyler Bass. What's the name of the lonely giraffe relocated to central Mexico? Benito. In today's KidNuz Kicker, an out-of-this-world marketing gimmick. The Oreo cookie brand is partnering with the company Space Perspective to send one cookie lover to the edge of space in a capsule tethered to the end of a space balloon. The maximum altitude reached will be 100,000 feet, and the view promises to be amazing, but no special training is required, and there's reportedly no weightlessness or heavy G-forces involved. The contest is part of an advertising campaign for the company's new multicolor Space Dunk Oreos. Would-be astronauts can enter by scanning the QR code on a package or going to the contest website at liftoffentry.oreo.com. Thanks again to the Feiges of San Francisco, California for sponsoring today's quiz. Happy birthday to Lachlan Feige and hello to his teachers, Vanessa and Brianna, and all of his friends at the KFS school. And to our other KidNuz classrooms, Mrs. Depew and her lions at Parker in Houston, Texas, Mr. Strungsteline and his beavers at Cumberland in Cumberland, Wisconsin, and Mrs. Harrison and her smarty Spartans at the Webb School of Knoxville in Knoxville, Tennessee. Thanks for listening. A reminder that we are a non-profit. Please consider a tax-deductible donation to help KidNuz continue to produce quality, nonpartisan journalism for the next generation. And we'll see you back here for another fun, fresh, factual podcast tomorrow morning.